Studying abroad is a very popular option for students who come from a wealthy family. Most people believe that overseas experience provides a deeper understanding of cultures and develops communication skills. While this may be true, not all of these new experiences are useful for finding a job. Employers tend to value interpersonal skills and industry knowledge more than cultural background. The primary application we are targeting at first is to give people a decision aid during rehabilitation following an acute knee injury to help them understand when they can perform particular activities and when they can move to different intensities of particular activities, a useful thing to take a crack at. Written examinations are a fact of life for most high school and university students. However, Recent studies have shown that this traditional form of assessment may not be an accurate indicator of academic performance. Tests have shown that many students experience anxiety during exam weeks, which leads to poorer results. As a result, some learning institutions are replacing exams with alternative assessments such as group work and oral presentations.
One of the unidentifiable objects in this study lies just outside Centaurus A, NGC 5128, an elliptical galaxy located about 12 million light-years from Earth. The other is in a globular cluster of stars found just outside NGC 4636, another elliptical galaxy located 47 million light-years from Earth in the constellation Virgo. And counselor services, including male and female staffs, come from a variety of backgrounds such as clinical sociology, educational psychology, and social work. All the counselors are trained at the master or doctoral level, are registered with their professional organizations.
Lecture Theatre is located on the ground floor of the building. I was overwhelmed with too much irrelevant information. I must see him before he flies out to London for about a week. The recent technical advances have not only been big, they have also been fast.
Information is being given to readers in a format that looks familiar.
The image describes Switzerland languages. It also provides information about different aspects of the Switzerland such as its languages. It is clear from the image that German and Italian are important languages. The image also mentions that French and Romance are significant languages. In this picture pink, green, yellow and brown are shown as the most important colors. After analyzing this image, it can be concluded that it shows crucial information about different languages of Switzerland supported by facts and figures. To conclude, Switzerland has 4 different languages spoken in this country. The image describes the life cycle of a fish. It also provides information about different aspects of the diagram such as the fertilized eggs and larvae. It is clear from the image that fry and fingerling are important. The image also mentions that juvenile and adult fish are significant. It also mentions that converting eggs to larvae and developing adult fish are crucial. After analyzing this image, it can be concluded that it shows crucial information about spawning fish and broodstock fish supported by facts and figures.
The image describes projected population in Australia. It also provides information about different aspects of the different series such as A, B and C. It is clear from the image that different numbers such as 30, 40 and 60 are important. The image also mentions that different years such as 2021, 2041 and 2081 are significant. After analyzing this image, it can be concluded that it shows crucial information about population situation in Australia supported by facts and figures.
The key to forming strong brain architecture is what's known as serve and return interaction with adults. In this developmental game, new neural connections form in the brain as young children instinctively serve through babbling, facial expressions, and gestures. And adults return the serve, responding in a very directed, meaningful way. It starts very early in life, when a baby coos and the adult interacts and directs the baby's attention to a face or hand. This interaction forms the foundation of brain architecture upon which all future development will be built. It helps create neural connections between all the different areas of the brain, building the emotional and cognitive skills children need in life. For example, here's how it works for literacy and language skills. When the baby sees an object, the adult says its name. This makes connections in the baby's brain between particular sounds and their corresponding objects. Later, adults show young children that those objects and sounds can also be represented by marks on a page. With continued support from adults, children then learn how to decipher writing and eventually to write themselves. Each stage builds on what came before. Ensuring that children have adult caregivers who consistently engage in serve and return interaction, beginning in infancy, builds a foundation in the brain for all the learning, behavior, and health that follow.
The lecture is about brain development. The speaker mentioned that different brain regions with different functionalities appear to develop on different times. He discussed that low development such as sense and touch begins at the embryo phase and stop around 1 year, and last for longer. He explained that high development such as cognitive would take longer time and low development will have impact on the future high development. In conclusion, the lecture was related to the steps that will take place in the process of brain development.
In this study, we should talk about a new kind of remote monitoring technology called underwater Antares detectors. These detectors can be used to observe the environment change and water temperature change. More importantly, these detectors are installed underwater to monitor fish's reaction to the feeding. By putting a camera into the cage and then putting the cage into the water, people can observe the fish's reaction to feed so that it can help people to observe fish reactions without being physically there. This makes it possible for people to change their feeding strategy quickly when fish do not react to the feeding. The technology can also identify the water quality.
The lecture is about the development of remote technology. The speaker mentioned that remote technology plays a pivotal role in observing fish reactions without being physically there. He discussed that these detectors could be installed underwater to monitor fish reaction to feeding. He concluded that this technology also helps to identify the water quality as well as change the feeding strategy when fish do not react to the feeding.
Separation of pups from their mothers, this is rat or mouse pups, at early in life, for brief periods of time, like 10 minutes a day, during the first 2 weeks before the eyes open, leads to a more laid-back personality, if you will. And other studies have shown by people like Michael Meany and so on have shown that this can, and Robert Sapolsky, I should add, these animals age more slowly. They have a longer lifespan in general. So a mother who has and that the mediator of these handling effects that Levine and Denneberg originally found is actually the amount of maternal care that the mother pays attention to how much licking and grooming occurs. And the more licking and grooming, according to the Michael Meany view, the more laid back the animals will be, the longer the life they will have, the more perhaps cognitively sharp they will be. But you have to remember that that's in a safe environment. If it's in a dangerous environment, then having a more anxious personality, a more wary personality, may actually be better for survival. So it's very much dependent on the living environment, and you can easily extrapolate that to people.
The lecture is about rat experiments with low and high algae. The speaker mentioned that some mother rats spend a lot of time for licking, grooming and nurturing their offsprings, while others seem to ignore them. He discussed that highly nurtured offsprings tend to grow up to become adult, while some others who received little nurturing has proven to be anxious. He finally concluded that the offspring of high LG rats have better ability to deal with stress and alcohol, but low LG did not.
Which device at home is used for waking up? In addition to the A, E, I, O, what is the other vowel?